Hi folks, Alistair McConaughey here from A Force for Good, and I'm sitting outside everybody's favourite building, the Scottish Parliament, with my good friend and colleague.
Nick Mitchell here from the Sept podcast. We're obviously delighted to be outside the Scottish Parliament today in the lovely Scottish weather. You know, rain, hail, snow, sunshine. It's just what we get in Scotland. It's fantastic.
Absolutely, 50% chance of rain, they were telling us, and it's actually spitting at the moment, so we may have to move on, we may have to move into shelter. But for now, we are here to talk about what we're going to be doing a week tomorrow. That's to say, Saturday, the 6th of September. A Force for Good, in association with We Say It, are having an Enough is Enough rally outside the Scottish Parliament here. 12 for a 12:30 start. We've got 8 speakers lined up, and we'll get into the subject matter, I think, Nick. It's an issue which is very, very timely, because we've seen all sorts of carry on in the last 2 or 3 months. A fortnight ago, the National Records of Scotland told us that in the last year, for which we have records, 76,000 long-term immigrants came into Scotland. The year before that, it was 90,000. Now, the population of Paisley is 79,000. So that's a population the size of Scotland's 5th largest town coming into Scotland. And that's simply unsustainable in the long term. But we are not blaming the immigrants per se. We're blaming the people in this Parliament and, of course, the people in the British Parliament. Would you second that message, Nick?
Absolutely. At the end of the day, the ones sitting in this building here and the ones sitting in Westminster are the ones that ultimately make the laws and legislations and acts and statutes, etc., that we are supposed to, as British citizens, abide by. But it seems to be, as of late, that it's one rule for us British citizens and another rule for everybody else entirely. So, hence why enough is enough. Something has to be said, something has to be done. One way we can achieve that is by all joining together. Come on the 6th of September. One of the most important informations I would say is please behave. Please do not allow the opposition as such, because there is going to be an opposition, but of a different kind. Please do not allow them to show us in a bad light. Do not allow them to portray us in a specific manner that we don't want to be seen as. This is an issue that is effectively going to impact all of us, including the opposition, including the people of Scotland who are just trying to go about their everyday life. They're trying to raise families, sustain a living, etc., etc. And we are here to try and put a foothold in these problems that need to be highlighted, and they also need to be spoken about. They can't be dumbed down, they can't be taken lightly. These are issues that will impact myself, my kids, my grandkids, etc., etc., if these issues are not dealt with very, very quickly.
Absolutely. I mean, Scotland is a small population. There's only 5.5 million of us. And demographically, that population can be changed very quickly. In a matter of a decade, it could change into something that looks completely different from what you and I and others have grown up with. And so we're appealing very much to everybody, but also to people who might normally be disagreeing with A Force for Good, for example. We're appealing to many of the Scottish nationalists as well, because this is all, you mentioned coming together, it's all our country, where we all live here, and we can't allow partisan politics to get in the way of this. This is an issue that affects you, whether you're unionist or whether you are wanting to break up the United Kingdom. At the end of the day, the demographic population of Scotland, the size of Scotland's population, it all matters, whether you're a Scottish unionist or what has been hitherto termed Scottish nationalist. So we're all involved here. And to that end, we will actually have a speaker who is a member of a Scottish Nationalist Party. Name will be revealed on the day, obviously, but we're looking forward to hearing what that person has got to say. And that person will be addressing their comments to another rally, which will be happening in the vicinity here, the Scottish separatist all under one banner. People will be having a rally somewhere in this vicinity as well. The police are well aware of all of this and they're making the appropriate arrangements for both of us to enjoy our freedom of speech. And that's what's critical as well. Everybody has to be facilitated to promote their point of view. Now, you mentioned about people being on good behaviour here. I would second that. I would say please don't rise to any kind of uh, um,
Animosity.
animosity.
There's your word for today, animosity. There you go.
Yes, anything that may be delivered in our direction, please don't rise to it, and please don't be delivering anything to them either. Now, we're aware that there's going to be the All Under One Banner March is going to be in the vicinity. It's going to end somewhere around here, and there's also another march as well, a Palestinian march, and we would ask, please, that you just don't get involved with that. I mean, that's a different issue, basically. That what we're trying to do here is to save Scotland and the United Kingdom. The Palestine-Israel conflict is a very emotional one. It's obviously a very important one. Everybody's got their opinions on that, but please don't imagine that we all have the same opinions on that, okay? Lots of people who want to stop mass immigration aren't necessarily on one side or the other, or they may be on one side or they may be on the other, but it's like it's not like we all have a different opinion from them. You know, just avoid that issue. Avoid that issue. Don't rise to it. Do not bring along any foreign flags of your own, please. I mean, what are we saying about that?
So in terms of obviously the flag aspect, we want you to raise the colours of your country. We want to see all the Scottish saltires we possibly can here. And for two reasons. One, we want you to be proud to be Scottish, to be part of the Union, to be part of something that history has ultimately needed. The Scottish people invented some of the most wonderful creations that the world has ever seen. And also, secondly, we want you to bring them to raise the Scottish saltire higher and en masse against the all under one banner mob, right? We want to show them that we can do it better than what they can do it. As well as obviously, if you want to bring any English flags, if you are English, any St George's Cross or just the Union flag as itself. But yes, as Alistair said, please do not bring any foreign flags of any kind. And I know it might sound harsh, it might sound, oh, you're trying to restrict what I'm doing, etc., etc. If we do see a foreign flag, a member of the team will just kindly ask you to, please either one, we'll give you a sort of chap on the shoulder and say, look, go and take that away, please. Or two, if you persist to consistently raise that flag, we'll just ask you to move on. In the nicest way possible, of course. We can't, at the end of the day, yes, we can't stop you as such. We can't physically take the flag off. We won't do that. But just respect us as trying to do this, respect the people round about you, respect your country, and respect yourself first and foremost as well.
Absolutely. Any just flags of the British Isles, so as you say, St George's Cross, the Welsh flag, Ulster flag. Do you want to bring any Republic of Ireland flags even? I like to think of the Republic in the British Isles. I know that's a controversial point, but whatever. But British Isles flags, okay? No flags of the Middle East, because that's just going to create unnecessary conflict, and furthermore, it's going to misrepresent what this rally is about. This rally is about saving Britain, okay? It's not about other countries. So please do respect that point of view. I know that you all will, but what we do not want is for the media to misrepresent the people that are here as if we are speaking for foreign causes. We're speaking for Scotland and Britain, and we're trying to get the mass immigration under control, both legal and illegal. And of course, the illegal matter is huge at the moment. And goodness me, we saw that situation in Dundee the other day, which we don't want to comment on because obviously that's a matter for the courts now. But it just shows where our country is at, and it's not necessarily in a good place. So we're going to be saying, we're going to have some people from various political parties here as well, some of the smaller political parties, and they're all going to be emphasising that next year is the Holyrood elections on 7th of May 2026. And that is a chance within our democracy to get new people into that building in order that different ideas can be heard. Because as we always say, without words, there can be no action. And until you hear the proper words spoken, then the proper action will never actually ever come about. And so in the beginning was the word, as they say, and then things move on after that. So any closing comments you want to make, Nick?
No, just do your best, guys, to turn up. If you can turn up, I'm pretty sure there will be multiple people live streaming it, covering it, filming, etc., etc. If you happen to stumble across a live or somebody filming, repost it for us, share it, share this message for us, share the main post that's on Alistair's A Force for Good Facebook, X, also known as Twitter, and YouTube, as well as my account, Reset Podcast X. And I think that's about the only place I posted it because I can't be on anywhere else, unfortunately, due to some of the things that I may say. But yeah, just share the word as wide and as far as you possibly can. More posts will be going out this evening and tomorrow. So if you've not seen it, you will absolutely see it either this evening or tomorrow at some point. That's all we can ask, really, guys. And yes, as Alistair said earlier, we will be gathering for 12 p.m. midday for a 12:30 start.
Absolutely, that's right. Good. And please, I second that emotion. Please do share. If you can't be here, at least share on when you see us on Twitter, when you see us on Facebook, on YouTube. Some people are sharing to Telegram. If you're on Rumble, if you see us, share on there. But get the message out.
And TikTok.
And TikTok, of course.
But TikTok's a good platform sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you can stay on it, it's a good platform. So please do share this message. Until then, I'm Alistair McConaughey of A Force for Good.
I'm Nick Mitchell from the Reset Podcast.
And we'll be here along with other speakers at 12 for a 12:30 start on Saturday, the 6th of September, outside the Scottish Parliament. We'll see you there.